You dance, all of a sudden I find myself watching people that are dancing because I could not stand up for a particular interval of time, space of time, without sitting down. And you see an usher come to touch you, to tap you and tell you, do sign like this, get up. It transcends all context of life, because you can meet people in several places. You don't just judge people. You don't just open your mouth and talk. Some people are epileptic. When they get to where they see a crowd like this, they try to isolate themselves because crowd triggers their crisis.
Yeah.
When they gather in a crowd, it can trigger their crisis when people are many. So when you are with somebody, number one is try to understand who the person is, and what works with the person and what does not work for the person. And don't talk anyhow.
Yes.
For the fact that somebody is well made up, wearing a designer shoe and bag, does not automatically, qualify that person a healthy person. Like I said, 1 out of every 10 people, let's all know it, 1 out of every 10 people has one form of invisible sickness on the other. So we just have to be very, very mindful to understand when people need adjustments.
Yes.
Let's just be mindful. Let's just understand and be sensitive the way we treat people. Because if my boss did not know or understand me that this woman was very, very lovable, this woman was very lovely, this woman was this is somebody that my boss can call me in his office and ask me this thing, and even there are some personal issues he can discuss with me. Now, I didn't give him the time, the approach to even come to me to begin to talk about it. He already knew that something is wrong with this woman. So what to do is just support. Support. In that support, it has many areas. Government can support. When we talk about invisible chronic diseases, is one aspect of health condition that is often, ignored or undermined, feeling that it does not need, is not major, that there are major ones. Like even people that have HIV/AIDS, the first thing they will tell them at the heart-to-heart center is look for someone that will understand you. Because the family may be, maligning that person, molesting the person, believing because of our own, what would I call it, the kind of society where we are. Like in the Western world, HIV/AIDS is not, they are given the kind of support that they desire. But here, even in the family, you find out that so many people die of invisible diseases, not because that disease killed them, but because of the way the society and the people that live around them regard them and handle them. The way they handle them. For instance, this thyroid disease now, I have seen a community where they stone women because it's a gender-specific disease, where they stone women in the family, telling them that is this thing, that any misfortune that befalls the family, they will, heap it on they will apportion it on the woman and say, because of this thing you're carrying, that, and they forget to even know that that one on the neck is a little part of the whole. That woman is going through a lot of, psychological issues, depression. There's some thyroid disease hypothyroidism comes with depression. Why hypothyroidism comes with anxiety? Do you understand? At that very time, what is someone that is suffering from this invisible disease, what he requires is love and understanding. Love and understanding. And also be around that person. If you are a spouse, don't abuse. Don't abuse the person.
It's only 4 people. You said everybody's good. Right? It's only 4 people participating. Sharp.
Yeah, go ahead. I just muted the person.
Yeah, don't abuse the person.
Mm.
Just be there when the person needs you. Because I will tell you that the greatest support I had during my own time was family support. I
Yes.
can remember my younger sister, anytime I traveled that time, she would see my color because in my family we are all fair.
Mm.
She would just be crying inside that she will arrange this cream, arrange this one, and send it through a driver. After rubbing it, yet nothing will happen. But then I continued. I did not let, I'm a never say die person. And I applied it when I was suffering that because probably I have friends and family members that understood me, but it doesn't happen like that always to some other people. Because I have seen a lady that came here, that came to meet me, and she was like, please, she was literally crying that even her mom one day told her, look at you. You are now looking like an old woman. You have trimmed down. There is no flesh in your body again. See, your eyes are bulging out. See, your neck is bulging out. Which man will look at you and even come to you and talk about marriage? This is somebody's mom. And when this lady came to me and we were discussing, and I was telling her what she ought to know, she started crying. She said, thank God that my path crossed with you because nobody has ever understood me. You are just telling me what is happening to me. And as you're telling me now, my spirit is coming back. I had seen someone, I've had a patient that called me. I'd not met her before. She called me in the midnight. I don't know how she got my number, but she said that somebody gave her my number. And she was like, yeah, because someone that has thyroid issue, may be confronted with low libido.
Okay.
Yes, low libido. And when the husband calls that person to come and let's have fun, the person will be declining. And the person is not even doing it out of her own will.
Yeah.
She can't just help it. And that was exactly what happened to this lady. And she called me in the midnight. I answered. She said, Madam, please, they said you are an advocate, that you are the one I can talk to. All I'm trying to tell you now is that I want to end it. Why am I leaving? Why am I leaving? As I'm talking to you now, my husband has left the room and he went to the other room. He cannot understand me. My BP is high. My heart is pumping. I'm feeling tired. Everything about me. So why am I leaving? I just want to tell you that I'm ending it. I don't have anybody to talk to now, but except you. And I told her, wait, don't end it all. I passed through what you're passing through now. I did not end my life. At least you can talk to me. Don't you want someone to talk to you in future? Don't you want you to be a solace to someone in future? He said, Madam, I don't understand what you're saying. How did this thing happen to you? Mean you survived it? I said, yes. He said, oh, okay. And I said, okay, you know what? Don't end it. Tomorrow, I want to hug you and I want to know you before you end up. At least let me know you now so that I will tell more people that see what you say though. Started laughing. I said, just leave me more. And the next day she came to meet me after sharing my story with her. She said, you mean you went through all this and you're like this? I said, yes. That was how she just mellowed down and we started because the treatment of this thyroid issue, it has a process. And we started the process today. She's hella healthy and is lively, doing her business with robust liveliness.
Wow.
You know, it takes a lot of understanding. And depending on the specific one is suffering. So a lot of things, a lot of information needs to be passed out to the public, the general public. It may not be that person directly. I've had people call me. I've had people contact me and said, someone in US gave me your number, someone in this place, someone in Lagos, someone in blah, blah, blah. They gave me your number. They said that I should talk to you about thyroid. You know, that is, it's giving me joy because the awareness we're creating we are making impact. I tell people, if you listen to me, read my articles and listen to me, it may not be you. It may not even be now. It may not be now, but someone you may know you tell that person it's not a death sentence, because the first thing that comes to the mind of anybody that is diagnosed with thyroid disease as a strange disease and other invisible diseases, oh, is this how I'm going to? Initially, people that had HIV/AIDS, they died out of stigma.
Yes,
They
yes.
died out of stigma. But now, families have come to understand. I have a friend that her husband is HIV positive. They've been living happily, knowing how to, their leaps and bounds, living happily. Nobody knows what they're going through, but the husband is well taken care of because the wife was well informed of what her husband, and it's not a death sentence. And if you see the man, nobody will tell you unless he tells you. So people that are suffering from invisible sickness or invisible disabilities, they need understanding, because
Yes.
it triggers a lot of mental upsurge. So if you don't understand them, you are killing them the more.
Yes. Yes. Wow. Thank you so much. And also from what you said right now, how people can show support and everything like that. I want to find out, because the thing is, no matter how much you tell some people, they will still have the doubt that maybe she's faking it. So people who comes to you and just say, okay, you know what? I am having this invisible disease, and since you cannot see it, you understand? How can you tell that the person telling you about their illness, that they're not faking it? Is it possible to be able to tell?
My dear sister, there is nobody that has an invisible sickness that can fake it.
Okay.
Anybody
Because,
that
I'm sorry, the reason why I said that, because, in this world that we have right now, some people just like others to pity them. You understand? So they like pity and everything like that. So some people just, maybe because they heard that someone is having it, you understand? And they see how people try to support them, how people show them love, you understand? So they want that kind of love, you understand? And they now start maybe like, faking it and start saying what they're not supposed to be saying to people, so that they can show them the what is it called, they can be so affectionate towards them, they can show them love. So how can you, is it possible to tell if someone is faking stuff like that?
Well, from my own experience, I can't just tell for people that are faking it, because if you experience what it means really to be unwell, there is no reason for a human being that is hale and healthy because when you are suffering from these invisible diseases, especially the one that is autoimmune, or immune induced, in fact, nobody will tell you not to fake it. You don't want to fake it, because if you experience what it is to have such invisible ailments, there's no way you can fake it.
Yeah.
Or in the family, the person, I don't know, I don't just know. I can't imagine how someone can come out and begin to fake a sickness that nobody can. Well, spiritually, automatically the person is attracting that disease.
In a way. Yeah, in a way. Yeah, you might be right.
You're inviting it, and when people are saying, God forbid, I don't want it, you see people, is even people that feel that, oh, that person, they will tell you, you don't look sick. Are you still sick? They see you today. Are you still sick? If you see someone that has Hashimoto's now, let me tell you, we can plan this interview. At the dying minute, the person will tell you, I'm tired. My body is telling me. And this, at the dying minute, the person can come, because even the strength, this is someone that was dancing, maybe there was party. Then the last 5 minutes, the person was very, very lively, dancing, full of life.
Yeah.
In the next few minutes again, you see that person on the other side of the world. So I wonder how someone can just come. It's even family members and friends and colleagues that feel that, because someone that has hypothyroidism can come to work. Let me tell you, the person can come to work and open the system, log in, and just say, let me just take it. The next thing is sleep. And the person will be telling that person, are you pregnant? Were you not the one I just saw now, talking with people? Now, this and that. Then everybody, you are tired. Everybody gets tired now, just ignore that, and just brace up. And this is something that is beyond, is naturally limiting that person. You cannot even help yourself. So I wonder how someone that has, that does not have it to, will not go and start faking weakness. You know, someone will tell you, but I heard you went out yesterday. Is it today now? Did I not see you in a party yesterday, Sunday? You've come to work today and you are faking, you are tired, you are this and you are that. Please, this is your sickness. I don't think in fact, it's decreasing the productivity of this company. We need to find a solution to it. What do you have to do? I know a lady who had goiter, and she was, relieved of her work. And she was one of the key leading marketers in that company, bringing money to the company. But they could not cope with her ailments because she couldn't even, she was managing herself, wearing cape, all these turtleneck and all that. But when the thing grew so big that the company said that you are not representing a healthy company. So is that what they were supposed to do? They laid her off and she came to meet me. I had to intervene. I told the management, the boss, this woman had made a lot of inputs into this, significantly into this company. So why lay her off? The best thing you can do for her is to support her. Let her come out of it. She can still do better than she used to do before, so that the company will keep moving and her life will be intact. What does she have to gain for? There's no comeliness that she had, benefit that she had worked in this company and made a very good input, which you can attest to. Then you let her off. So at the end of the day, they sponsored her treatment. She went for a surgery and she became a better her. So those are the things we have to really know. Employers, family members, everybody, husbands especially. I've seen a husband that, if you watch, there's one lady, 28-year-old. After her second baby, she developed goiter. Her husband, right in there, she told her how beautiful she is, that she's not looking good as, as good as take away, that she can't take her out. Right there in her matrimonial home, her husband went and impregnated another woman.
Wow.
Yes. And she was like, let me be managing myself with my kids. Where will I go? The man literally threw her out. In fact, the day she was coming to meet me, she was nearly knocked down on the road because she was just walking. She didn't even know. She was depressed. She didn't even know a vehicle was coming. It was a policeman that went to hold her. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, this thing on my neck, I'm going to where they said they will remove it for me. A 28-year-old woman. So the other one was the one that went to marry another woman. And when I sat the man down, because I had not met the man, most of the times when they are coming to meet me, I tell them to come with a spouse. I tell them to come with a close family member, so that when I'm talking, the person will even relay the message to others.
Yes.
Because if I'm telling you alone, none of your family members will understand this. No matter how you explain to them, they will not. So this counseling and moral support had really done it. It's even the most therapeutic. While treating, the major one is to counsel the victim and also counsel the family members on how to manage that person and how to handle the person, so that the person will not even go from that sickness to another one that is not related to it. Yes. So when I sat the man down and I was talking to him, I said, why did you, because he came with the second wife, all of them. He now started telling me that this my wife, madam, I'm a very gentle man. I don't like trouble. And this my wife too, but at a stage, she became something else. She started pouring everybody. Where I live is my house, but the whole street, my wife will leave the house and pour everybody in the street. Everybody is her enemy, including me at home. And it was giving me a lot of health issues. I had to go and marry another woman. And I asked him, I said, do you know that this thing that is happening to your wife is what is causing all this? He just did like this. He started, that he was so bad that even the children she has with her biological children, they don't pass eye to eye.
Wow.
At all. They don't see eye to eye. That the woman is a livestock farmer. When she's feeding her chicken, you will hear Oloribuku, Oloshi. She'll be passing the chicken.
Wow.
So it was that bad. The man could not stand her irritability and everything. He had to go and seek for another one. But he didn't know that he was supposed to give her the support he needed by making sure that that woman goes to the right place, get diagnosed, and gets treated. You know, that's the major thing. There is no sickness that does not have a way of diagnosing it.
Mm-hmm.
And the major thing is to find out, go and meet the right doctor. Most of these invisible sicknesses, they have specialists that handle it.
Yeah.
It's just for you to be patient. Help that person to find the root solution of the problem. And some of these upsurge, all these manifestations, they have an underlying cause, like thyroid disease can come up with anything. So if you don't, dig it up, uproot it from the root, and you're treating the symptom, the person getting well is far-fetched. Wow. Let me put it like that. Wow. So they need, people going through invisible diseases, they need a lot of support, both from government. There are people suffering from some mental issues. Like abroad, they have therapists. They have that are provided by the government. Our government, they're not interested in that. They're not. Many people have that, some of them, they will lock them up in a room because the person is having one form of, lock them up so that nobody will see them. But the government provides a facility where people suffering from a particular disease can go and get their therapies, get their treatment, and whatever they need, counseling that they do for, they do for HIV patients. For those people that want to come out, they have a heart-to-heart center where they can go and get different kinds of information and support that they need from the government. They should also do that for people that are suffering from different invisible diseases, because every life matters. Yeah. Every life matters. And there's no ailment that is minor. As long as it limits that person's ability to have it impairs the person's ability to live a normal life, it has to be taken, given attention to.
Yes.
Yes, the support has to come. There has to be a social support. There has to be a family support. Family is most important. Mm. There has to be, a kind of support in the workplace. Employers should know that. Once in a while, employers will also, most of these things we're talking about, like you said before, is not about your doctorate degree. It's not about your master's degree. If you don't know it, you don't know it.
Exactly.
And you keep making mistakes.
Yeah.
And there are some mistakes you will make that will make you to regret. Oh, had it been I knew, this thing wouldn't have happened. So, but when the employers get to know it, once in a while, let them bring people like us to come and enlighten their staff. Mm-hmm. When something like this happens, what do you do? How does the company support them? What kind of HMO and what does your HMO cover for your staff that is suffering from a particular type of disease? Those are the things they have to put down so that they will boost the productivity. Yeah. Life is, everybody's life matters. And that's the only thing you can do for someone that has sacrificed his or her life, to make sure that he's even helping you to boost your vision, to deliver your vision, and not to notice something wrong with the person, you just lay that person off. It's not problem.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so very much for that. Because actually what you just said right now was part of my question, because the thing, like we've been saying about this disease, you understand, it's so invisible that people cannot see. So I wanted to ask you how we can act around people who are experiencing this kind of disease, but you've already mentioned you know,
Yeah.
how they want government to show support and, you know, to render support and everything. So you've already mentioned that, which I really thank you so much for, you know, stressing that out there and putting that out there to people. And also I know with your experience, because the thing is, there's no, even there's nobody in this world, no matter what you go through, that you will not never experience stigma from people. You understand? So I want to find out from your experience, did you ever experience stigma? And also, I want you to discuss on that. And how did you feel, you know, with the stigma from people and everything like that? How does that make you feel when you experience stigma from people?
The stigma is something else.
Yeah,
You know?
really.
It varies. It varies from. Think about when somebody hears that even till today that this person has HIV, you see everybody clear from the chair.
Yes.
Everybody clear from that place as if even the person's breathing can transmit infect you with the HIV.
Yeah.
So that is how it is. When people just notices that, imagine when someone hears that that person has a mental issue. He has a mental issue. So anybody that is coming there, you just, you know, people that have thyroid issues, let me be specific about them. Their own is something else. The stigma is too much.
Wow.
People just, you know, I don't know how to put it. They see them as, you know, most of these things, because of our society, they label them witches.
Wow, really?
Yes. They label them witches. Some of them that have their mothers that have this in some local rural communities that don't even know about it. And some families also, you know, thyroid disease is a hereditary disease.
I was about to ask you that question. I wanted to find out, is it in the gene, you know? Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
One of the causes, it can be hereditary. Okay. And when you come to a family where a mother has a goiter, the children have, they will say, these people, there is something they did.
Yes, so it's just in their family, yeah.
Yes, that is the society where we find ourselves. You know, some of them, during my own time, like I told you about they were gossiping. This one, her husband is not around and she's shrinking like this. Maybe she don't carry now. You know our people.
Yeah.
Carry HIV. Maybe she got another person, you know, that kind of thing. It was after my surgery that many of them came and were confessing. Wow. I even said this, I even said that. And imagine when someone says something of you around, you know, in the midst of others, you would know that the stigma, the one you don't even see, is more dangerous than the one you see. Because if somebody comes in the midst of 5 people and says, that woman, I've known her to be size 16, no, at least she's not less than size 16. This one, her husband is not around. Maybe she has to be shining her Congo now. So are you sure another person that this woman is not carrying HIV? Because the rates, look at that. She's even looking so pale. She's even looking so that. Then the 3 people that I would tell, when you call them tomorrow, please come to my house. So I have a party. My child is doing a birthday party. Are you trying to tell me that they will come? They won't come. Because they don't want to come and eat in an HIV patient's house.
Yeah.
Yes. Then in the office, I saw people running away from me because I was. I didn't see anybody around me. Just be on your own. Let me be on my own. I said, give me a plate to go and buy food. I said no. So you can imagine those are the kind of stigma one can go through. Then a community that stones women. Wow. You know, I said before that it's a gender-specific disease. There is a community I went to that stones women. They don't know that this is a normal disease that anybody can have. They stone women that have goiter, and every misfortune that befalls the family, they say they are the cause. They are the cause. They are the cause. It's your witchcraft that is causing all these things. So a lot of stigma here and there, my own, anywhere. And when you are feeling tired, they will just be abusing you. Every time you're tired, young girl like you, every time, young woman like you. If you're tired like that, what will 50-year-olds say? What will, you're not even up to 40. Then I wasn't up to 40. You're not even up to 40. Every time you're faking, you're tired, you're tired, you're tired. But within me is a situation I cannot help. At times, it's even us that will fake that I'm fine. You go and rub your
makeup.
And just to stand, just like I used to do that time. I refuse though, for this thing, I refuse it to weigh me down. Any slightest chance I see, I would dress up and be myself, even though, in fact, if I show you my pictures, sometimes I go through them. There was a time I did Mother of the Day on my daughter's graduation.
Okay.
You see, when you are a Mother of the Day, you know how you just keep yourself. Yeah. And I was looking at that picture, I said, God. So I was the one, I was just looking like this. Why did I even go out that day? But to me, after dressing up, I found myself attractive, just to show up. And that place, I couldn't, where I sat down at the head table, I couldn't sit up again. I couldn't stand up again. I couldn't stand. I sat down there until the program finished. Nobody knew I was exhausted. I couldn't, but they will be saying, I look at that woman, see how she's just relaxing on the chair as if she's the owner of the school, blah, blah, blah. People will talk, but what I'm trying to assure you is that the stigma you see is far, 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 less than what you don't see. What people are talking, how they're talking, what they're saying about you, but it is not the best. It is not the best. So our society needs to be aware. They need her surgery was not even thyroid surgery, it was a parotid, the one that has a very huge, huge tumor. She survived it because she had a strong family support. They don't really have the resource, the funding, but the kind of support they gave to her brought her back to life, even on her surgery day. The kind of prayers, the kind of kind words, the kind of encouragement, those are the things that bring back life to someone that is suffering from invisible disease. And at the same time, when it comes from the opposite side, then the reverse will happen. You understand? So there is need for, number one, awareness. Awareness. Let people know that people are going through a lot. And when you're not kind to someone that is suffering from an invisible disease, it will not make it visible to you. Making it visible to you, she can't always express herself because you don't want to understand her. So she stays there carrying her burden alone. And it doesn't help the person. It doesn't also help the person that is close to that person.
Wow. Okay, you know what? You did mention something about creating awareness. I want to find out about your organization that you're into. You understand? I want to find out from the creating awareness, what have you done so far, and also what do you do in your organization?
Okay, my organization is Thyroid Awareness and Support Initiative, as the name sounds. Notes. The major thing we're doing in Nigeria now, we're doing in Africa and all over the world, is to create awareness. But when people know about it, the symptoms, when people know about a disease, when people know what to do when they experience certain, signs and symptoms, it solves a problem. Even people around, like we're talking now, we're creating awareness.
Exactly.
A lot of people, a lot of people that have people suffering from issues like that, they are just, when they pick all these things we're talking about, they will go back and begin to regret the previous actions, and they will change, I believe. They will change. You understand? So we want to create awareness for people to know when you are going through this, or when you see this, or when you know, when you experience, when you are confronted with all these kinds of signs and symptoms, then begin to suspect. And I want to tell you something. Invisible disease can affect people of all ages.
Oh, yeah.
It can affect people of all ages. Then the major thing is, when you experience that, what do I do? Where do I go? And many people have complained to me that we have many issues to contend with, you know.
Yeah.
There are so many doctors, a lot of them, that are not well knowledgeable in treating thyroid disease. So instead of them to direct you to the proper specialist that will treat it for you, they will be doing trial and error. And at the end of the day, the patient is psychologically wrecked and mentally wrecked. Physically, the person is not getting well. So the awareness has made it open to people. If you are looking for where to go to get rid of it, or we want to, like when that time I was going up and down looking for where to do surgery, to do my diagnosis, I found it difficult locating a very good lab. So the first thing I did was to go and talk to a digital diagnostic center.
Okay.
Partner with them. That place, in 24 hours, your results are out. To partner with them, how to give us an affordable and at the same time quality services, healthcare for our people. So right now we have a couple of diagnostic centers that give us accurate results that we need. We partner with them to make sure that the diagnosis, the screening is brought to a very minimal cost. So that our people will afford it and still get the same quality of services other people are getting. So awareness one, then these are support. And we have a counseling line. We have an open line for people. We also have a support group. That support group is a safe space for people suffering from thyroid disease. That's where we share our experiences and exchange ideas and also share knowledge. Because, you know, these thyroid issues, there are different types. There are different types. And even those different types, I can have hyperthyroidism and you have hyperthyroidism. We are not running at the same level. And it's not, I may experience all the symptoms, but the other person's symptoms are not as numerous and as your own.
Yeah, it depends on the body. Yeah.
Yeah. So that support group helps us a lot. Because even after the surgery, there are other lifestyle changes that may come up.
Okay.
Like me, after my surgery, I never knew, I started having some issues with my gut, after eating. I would start bloating and having all that discomfort and everything. Even my doctor could not even provide solution. He was like, are you sure it's not gas, this and that? I said, don't call any other sickness again. How did I find out that my body has become gluten intolerant?
Wow.
You understand? There are so many ways to eat. There are nutrition, diet, and lifestyle play important part in giving solution to invisible diseases. You cannot be having thyroid disease and you are a drug, you are an alcoholic. There are so many lifestyle changes that are supposed to come in. So this is what we do. To counsel, we don't only leave you, oh, you have done surgery. No, you are okay now. No. There are so many things about diet and lifestyle. The surgeon and the endocrinologist, they will not tell you about it because it's not their field.
Okay.
So the support, we leverage on that support group. At times we bring in dietitian that will come and lecture us on certain things. Then we support people that are suffering from these diseases morally, financially, and we support them in so many ways, even pre and after the surgery and everything. And so far since 2018, by the grace of God, we've been able to, we had done about 35 surgeries, and all of them are successful to the glory of God. And we have reached out to more than 20 communities, both rural and urban communities, spreading awareness on thyroid disease. And at the same time, harvesting those ones, then seeking support. Because most of the people that come to us support, and we don't have the funding to be, treating people. That's why we call on both locally and international partnership to come and support this noble work that we're doing. It's so disheartening that a particular disease will be regarded as a minor issue while people are dying from it at any given time.
Wow.
So what we do here is also to advocate for good life, then partner with pharmaceutical companies who provide free drugs for our thyroid patients. Then we use diverse media, just like we're seeing now, diverse media. And I also want to appreciate some of our media organizations who, anytime they see us, they would like to hear many, because they say that many Nigerians, irrespective of their exposure, their status, and they don't know what we're talking about. And apparently they may have somebody that is suffering from that disease, yet because of ignorance, they don't know how to handle it. Yeah. So awareness is our core objective, to create awareness, let people know. It is only when you know what is wrong with you that you'll be able to say, it should be this thing, no, it should be that. Doctor, I thank God that a lot of people will not go to that. When doctors say, it's all in your head, it's menopausal. One woman came, she said she went for a repeated visit to the doctor, complaining the same thing. Doctor is saying, Madam, is your menopause. Madam is. I said, there is one woman that is always talking about all these symptoms. Just give me paper, let me go to the lab. And the doctor did not give her, and she had to locate me to refer her to where she would go and do it. And eventually her diagnosis came out that she had hypothyroidism. Wow. Even though she's having some menopausal flare-ups. But then it's added to the thyroid disease, because all these hormonal issues, they're all interrelated. And one thing about thyroid disease is that the symptoms mimic other health conditions. So your doctor will just say, it's not thyroid. Why would thyroid? Then why don't you get yourself screened to rule out anything that is faced to thyroid issue? So that's it. Okay. A lot of things, that's what we're doing. People are getting, and we still have more people on our list that are still waiting to be treated. So some companies like Pharmatest Nigeria Limited is supplying us drugs, free drugs. We don't sell it. We give to people that are suffering from hyperthyroidism. Then we're still sourcing for companies that will be supplying us other drugs. Then our support group, once in a while, we have a physical meeting, we gather and solve our problems. Then we hold public lectures every January. Wow. We gather even medical personnel and people suffering from thyroid disease, and other people that even are hungry for knowledge, that are even conscious about their life, about their health. They come, and then periodically we hold programs, community outreaches. We even go as far as enlightening corporate organizations, staff of corporate organizations, because when your staff are healthy, you will have your productivity will rise. So you can't just continue taking from your staff, taking their strength, exhausting them without adding something to them. So we go around, when we're invited for conferences, we go for health talk. And it's always amazing. It's always amazing. People coming out and telling you, if I had known this, my sister wouldn't have died. If I had said this, this thing wouldn't have happened. If I had known this, I would have done that. But now it's not late. If we stand now, that's why I appreciate most media organizations that see it, expedient, that as an imperative for us to create this awareness, because nobody knows whose turn.
Yes, yes, yes.
Nobody knows.
Mm.
So all these things we do, we disseminate information, we use radio, we use television, we have social media handles
Mm.
where we send information and people follow us. Also, my personal page, just like you said, we have them all over. And you know what? One thing that is giving me joy,
Yeah.
by the grace of God, we've been able to demystify some myths,
Yes.
some beliefs.
That's what we need.
Many
Yeah.
people that believe, they will say thyroid surgery, because the doctor does not know how to do it.
Mm.
Because the doctor does not know where to send it, will tell you, you have to do surgery, but that surgery is 50-50. It's a lie.
Mm.
If you see a doctor that is a thyroid surgeon, it's just a walk in the park by the grace of God. When the doctor knows his onions, that particular thing, it doesn't sound as mysterious as people see it.
Mm.
So what we do, we partner with these medical professionals, all these people that trusted medical professionals who we work as a team to make sure that our people, they know me very well. When it comes to my thyroid people, don't touch them. Yes, to make sure that they are given, we improve the quality of their lives and not even to bring the quality low at a very good, affordable rate.
Okay.
So, and they're pleased. I thank God I have a very good medical team that is always, listening to us and ready to rescue anybody. And once we come, they ourselves. So far so good. And we're believing God to do more, Once we get, the desired support, we are hungry to enter communities because we have communities. Women, this is a gender-specific disease. Women are suffering. A lot of women, and most of them, they don't have money. And this organization, we don't have the financial muscle to handle everybody, to support everybody financially. We can't help everybody. So we are doing it one step at a time. But my joy is like those people, if you watch our pictures, you see how when they come to meet me, the anxiety, the apprehension, I snap them picture, and then you consider the picture after the surgery, how the person so exhilarated.
Well, you know what, since you mentioned that right now, one of my favorite video, I'm gonna have to play it now so our viewers can see that, because the joy on this lady's face, you understand, it's just, it's just so amazing. It's just so, it's just gonna move you. So if you don't mind, I'm going to play the video real quick right now. So I hope our viewers can bear with me. So give me just a few seconds. Let me try to look for the video. Hold on. And you know what, while I'm looking for that, because of time, because we're going to be wrapping up pretty soon. So because of time, I want you to, like the people who are trying to shield themselves from coming out to tell people that this is what they're going through, or who are trying to cover this invisible illness because of what people will say. I want you to just, tell them, you understand, because the thing is, when they go through this thing, you understand, and they don't seek help, it's going to affect other parts of their body, you understand, like you said earlier. So I want you to put the word out there, for people. You understand? And let them know that it's not something that they can cover. And also, one thing that I know about African people is we are so scared when we go to the doctor and they mention the word surgery, or we were like, oh my God, I can't go through it. I don't know what is going to happen. So at least you've been through surgery and it was a successful one. And you say you've done about 35 surgeries so far, and they're all successful. I want you to put the word out there for people who are experiencing this kind of invisible illness. You understand? For them to know that surgery is not the end of the world. You understand? It's just a solution to their problems. So I want you to just put the word out there and not to cover it. You understand? No matter what people will say, this is about them. It's not about other people. You understand? So regardless of what anyone will say, they just need to just, put it out there that, this is what I'm going through and I need help. So I just want you to just put the word out there for people while I look for the video, okay?
All right. I always use myself as a reference point.
Okay.
One of the reasons I tell my people, I tell my thyroid community, the best thing that will happen to you is to make your invisible disease visible. Make it visible. You have to educate your family members. Call them. Call your spouse. Call your boss. Call your employer. The employer in quotes, because some of them, when you reveal what is wrong with you to them, they will see you as you have become a hindrance to the organization. But family support. Call your family members. Don't close your mouth when you have an invisible disease. Don't close your mouth, because the next person sitting by your side may be your vessel of solution. That was what happened to me. You have to make it visible for people. Number one is to avoid that stigma. Tell that person that this thing that is happening to me is not a death sentence. Yeah. It's a normal disease that comes and gets treatment and it is curable. It's not something that has come and it cannot affect you. Just open your mouth. Don't close your mouth. Don't speak. Because, and even like I said, it can affect from people from any age, from younger age. And there's this stereotype. There's this stereotype that younger people must be healthy. If you watch my page, you see a 10-year-old that did surgery. It's a 10-year-old that did surgery. Some of them, when you mention, when my doctor mentioned surgery, I wouldn't tell you that I just took it. No, I became scared. But after the doctor had encouraged me and told me that doing this surgery will make me to stop taking those routine drugs, that every synthetic drug you ingest is a potential poison. So that word alone, so if you choose to be taking down routine drugs every time, you'll be taking it and going for a lab. So you can forget about it. Then what I'm trying to say again is that people that are suffering from this disease, they can never, they're always hiding themselves. Speak out. Speak out. Don't close your mouth. Continue talking. Speak out. It's only me. When I started this thyroid advocacy in Nigeria, nobody had ever done it.
I'm so sorry about that. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Nobody. And I took the boldness to come out and told my story. And that story, shook a lot of foundation. And even up to today, many people will go to my page and come back to me and say, this is exactly what I'm going through. Imagine if I did not tell that story. So why are you hiding yourself? You even kill yourself more when you're hiding that disease, because it's hiding inside you and you're hiding it. Make it visible. Speak out and you get solution. And surgery does not kill. You can talk to us. You can go to our different social media. You can catch me. If you don't catch me on Instagram, you catch me on Facebook, on my LinkedIn, or anywhere. I will listen to you. I don't joke when it comes to thyroid issues. I don't joke with it. Wow. Sometimes my husband will ask me, these people, do they really know you can sleep? You need your sleep. And I will tell him, just leave them for me. Wow. You don't know whether that person, is it my own self, at times in the midnight, I will need someone to talk to. I will need someone. I'm talking about people that maybe their doctors would have talked to them and told them, if they don't speak with me, they will not be relaxed. And there are some good doctors, honest ones, that send people to us. They don't send them to us for me to treat them.
Yes.
Because they need counseling. That counseling is not part of their own portfolio. They know they need counseling, because when I tell them how it is, how they manage it, how they will manage it, and what not to do, what to do, the doctor may not be able to do it for you. We know the right channel to take them for a particular issue. When it's time for you to see the endocrinologist, we send you to an endocrinologist. Then after the endocrinologist, the surgeon will handle the rest. So thyroid is not a destiny. Neither is there any invisible disease that is. The moment you don't speak up, it will kill you.
Yes.
It can only kill you when you don't talk. But when you talk, some people, because of their position in the society, some people, because of their status or professional position or whatever, they will not like to talk. They come like Nicodemus in my inbox and begin to talk. I have a lot of them who I manage. I have a lot of them, you know. So, but the moment you come out, there are so many people in my support group that are very scared of surgery. But the moment they see people doing surgery and, hey, please, I want you to book me for surgery. Let me meet the doctor. Let me meet the surgeon. It's my turn. It's my turn to give testimony. You see how it inspires others.
Yeah.
If you don't, people don't see the success in what you're doing, there's no way they can be inspired and be motivated to even do, support you or do what you are telling them that this is real. So everything we are doing is evidence-based. Yes. And I thank God that because we have spoken out, we have come out, a lot of people are also coming out. And we even encourage people to come out. There are people that are suffering from fibromyalgia. If you know about it, come out and enlighten people about it. Bring life, impact life through it. If you're suffering from diabetes, come out and talk about diabetes. Kidney issues, so many arthritis. People want to know, what are those diets that you embark on that help you to manage this? Exactly. It may be your area of giving back to the society. It may be your area that God has called you to a purpose. You are somewhere saving lives, but you don't know. So it's just something we have to take up to ourselves. I love it in my international support group. They bear it all. They don't. We are just like, whoa, there. Everybody, and when I was having that gluten intolerance, the doctor could not solve it. It was in my support group. Wow. I had to go to that support. Then I didn't have my own. I belonged to another person's own. I had to, just present my problem. And I saw a lot of advice. Oh yeah, now that you're bloating, you are feeling tired, this and that, exclude. Avoid gluten. Avoid this. And that time, my staple food was wheat. I used to eat wheat. I had to stop eating wheat. I had to stop eating all these junks because they used to be my favorite. I had to stop eating cakes. I had to stop eating bread and meat. And I ran away from sugar. I ran away from all these things, all these junks, and had to find my base with organic and natural food. And that is why you can see me shining like this.
I see you shining.
Yeah, I am shining.
Yeah, that's really good. That's good, yeah. Well, thank you so much. You know what? Let me quickly play the video because, like I said, the excitement on this lady's face is just so amazing. You understand? I just want to show the video so that it can encourage someone out there. You understand? Because this lady is just, okay, give me 1 second. She was just like, hold on. Because she had a surgery, you understand? And she was trying to tell people how the surgery was so successful for her, so it was just amazing. Let me know if you can see the video though, okay?
Yeah, I can.
Can you see the video?
That ball on my leg.
Can you see the video?
No.
Okay. She said she's back in full force.
Slim mama.
I just like the boldness.
If you know, you know. What do you tell God? In all these things, He's only God.
The only thing I say is God, thank you, Jesus.
Wow. Yeah. That was really that was really good. That was really good. Our video is just so, it's just so intriguing. I just love it. You understand? I just love it. And when she said she's not a slim mama, that's something. That's something. Can you tell us more about this lady? When did you discover her somewhere? Just tell us more about her.
Okay, I think she contacted me through my Instagram handle. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, she contacted me and we got talking, we talked and talked. That surgery actually was done when we had a surgery outreach last year.
Okay.
That day we had like 8 patients from my own organization for that surgery outreach. There is a group of doctors, they call themselves those are the Nigerian doctors that were trained in Russia.
Okay.
So once in a while, they come together to give some free surgery to the public, and they always invite our organization. Then that's how I gathered them, because like now, I have a couple of them on my list, but we don't have money to pursue. So when we have such opportunity, I gather them together, and once they are already given that approval, they are fit for surgery, because you don't just carry everybody and go for surgery.
Yeah.
You know, you need to manage the patient. Some of them don't go for outright surgery. The person will go through some period of treatment before going for the surgery. So those ones that are fit for surgery, we gather them during unfortunately, this COVID did not allow that opportunity to come this year, but we are still hoping for better. There are still a lot of them that we are planning to support if that money comes, so that they themselves will go for their surgery. So she's just happy because her own came just like a miracle.
Wow.
I called her that come home. There is an opportunity. She was so the way she even did that surgery, and she's so excited. Out of all the people that day when they did surgery, about 4 in a day, that particular day, the first 4 did that day. And she was the last person. Fortunately, she was the first person that just got up and began to jive all about. And she couldn't believe it that this thing, her. And emotionally, she's still a single lady. Emotionally, she may have gone through one emotional abuse or the other because of that. So her joy knows no bound. Even up to today, she's still appreciating God. She can now do her paparazzi. She can now do, when you are just approaching that surgery, what you just be dreaming of is a new you. How you can do your selfie, how you can do this, all you were not able to do before. You will start doing it. It's so interesting. And myself, it gives me joy. Seeing them being happy like that, it gives me joy.
Myself. I'm meeting us. Can you hear me now, right? You can hear me now, right? Yeah, there's nothing so exciting in this world, like when you help people, you understand, and you can see, the outcome of the help that you render to people. That makes you really, it makes you feel so good, you understand? So that is really good. So I want to find out this invisible disease, especially the thyroid that you went through. Is there a solution to it other than surgery? Is there any other solution to it?
Solution?
Yes.
What kind of solution do you mean?
Like, is there any other thing apart from surgery? Like when someone have this gut here, right? Is there any other thing that they can do? Maybe an ointment or something like that, you understand, that they can use apart from, having a surgery?
From my own experience and from my research and how far I have gone, if you understand that, it's not everybody. I want you to understand something. It's not everyone that has thyroid. Thyroid is an invisible disease. You don't see most of the debilitating aspects are inside. This one, most of the times, is not even the threat, but the one that you're having inside. So the solution, number one, is to get diagnosed and say, this is the type of thyroid disease. And anytime I go for an interview, there's one point I'd like to make. Thyroid disease has different types. And for everyone that is going through it, be very careful, because this thyroid gland is a very sensitive gland. You don't just give it anything. You don't just, give it, you make sure that you meet a doctor, you get properly diagnosed, so that the doctor will give you treatment based on the specific type of thyroid issue that you have. Because some of them, they will be suffering from different types, and when they see one similar symptom that all the thyroid diseases have is this goiter. That is why people are, most of the times, they mistake this goiter to be thyroid disease. It is not. It can be a symptom of a thyroid disease. It can be the one that is no problem, the inflammation that is causing the thyroid disease, and there are different causes. The cause will determine. Some of them are autoimmune. You treat it that way. Some of them are iodine deficiency induced. You treat it that way. So the specific one has to be diagnosed for you to know the right treatment modalities that will go with it. It's very important. And another thing, based on the question you asked me, there is no one treatment. There is no one cap fits all treatment with thyroid disease. When your doctor says that you have, the solution you have is your surgery, better go along with your doctor's advice. The next stage you will go into is, how do I get it done? Because the doctor that has seen your scan and the position of the goiter knows that if you don't operate this thing at a particular time, it may start affecting some, organs. Because inside the thyroid gland, there are still some parathyroid gland in there. So many things will begin to happen, which they may not even explain to you. And inside there also, you have your trachea. It can shift the trachea from the center to the right or to the left. Those are the reasons why, if you're not properly diagnosed before going to surgery, there may be danger. So when your doctor says the best thing the best treatment for you is surgery, just get to sort it out through surgery. Yeah. Now, another point is not everybody that has thyroid issue has goiter. Okay. You may manifest other symptoms, but goiter may not be there. That goiter is not there does not mean that the person does not have thyroid issues. I've seen many people that are hypothyroid. Someone currently, hyperthyroidism, her levels are so high, but there is no, even her scan, investigated, ruled out every goiter. So we have to be very careful. Number one is to know where and how to do your diagnosis. Mm-hmm. After your diagnosis, you check the net. There is no ointment that melts goiter. Mm-hmm. Because goiter could be enlargement, that is inflammation of the thyroid gland. It can also be thyroid nodules, which could be multinodular thyroid nodules. It can grow anywhere, even outside the thyroid gland. So the best thing to do on that one is to go and remove those bad ones. Remove it and you have yourself. You live your life and avoid the stigma. And also live, like me, since I did my surgery, I had not taken any thyroid medication. I only capitalized on taking my proper vegetable, just embarking on a very good diet, proper diet that helps my thyroid function. Mm. There is a stage that somebody can carry that goiter, and it will warrant that the whole thyroid gland will go when it becomes thyroid toxicosis. So it is not good for your doctor to give you an advice on what to do. You are looking for an outside, you want to listen to outside. That is the problem with our people. Mm. When they come to meet me and bring their results, and doctor says you have to do surgery, they will be asking me, Madam, is there nothing I can? I said, I can't give you an advice that your doctor cannot give you medically. I cannot. I can't go against it. And since your doctor says, do this, you have to do it. Take fear, push fear by the side and do it. Then secondly, for those people that have done the surgery as well, after the surgery, there is life after thyroidectomy, whether you like it or not. Your diet and your lifestyle play important parts on how you'll be sustained with the little gland that will be producing the little hormone that will help you, your body metabolism. So there are a lot of things one needs to know about it. There is no ointment. There is
And
no
you know,
ointment.
one other thing that I want you to stress, you know, coming from Africa, you know, we people from Africa, we believe in medicinal herbs. So I want you to put it out there for people. Is medicinal help? Is it gonna provide solution to it? I want you to put it out there for people as well.
Medicinal help.
That helps, helps. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is another bane to our progress in this organization, because most of them will go and expose themselves to all these people that give them incisions. They will tell them after the incision, it will shrink. And at the end of the day, the person is even adding, adding more problems to the one the person is having.
Yeah.
And secondly, they end up patronizing all these about practitioners.
Yeah.
They will give them all manner of herbs and say, there's one mama that said that one, when you talk about stigma, her own is that she said they use it to describe me. That woman that has one load on her neck. That's what they used to describe her. And one day, that anytime she enters bus, people that are sitting by her side will move away, will shift. And when she's sitting, when someone wants to come inside, they will see her goiter. The person will just go back. So she was so happy after her surgery. So she told me her story that she had spent more than 300,000 on herbs in different places. Still, she didn't get the solution simply because she was scared of the. She said that one day her spirit just told her. In fact, it was her daughter that told her about us.
Wow.
And she connected. She came. He said, the way you are talking to me, I'm seeing you that you have done this thing. God will also make me to do it and come out of it. So another people that are disturbing us are these people that market all these multi-level marketing, what do they call it? Products. They will now call them because that's what they want to hear. If it's someone that may have money for her surgery, they will tell that person, forget about the surgery. We have a product that will shrink it. They don't even know what is happening inside there. It is not someone that has iodine deficiency goiter can embark on iodine-rich food and it can go down because that one is an ordinary inflammation because it is lacking some nutrients. So when you feed it with the right nutrients, it will normalize, it will go back to normal. It's different from someone that has thyroid nodules, so lumps growing on your thyroid gland. You have to remove it. You have to remove it. So it is even your doctor that will investigate, you with an ultrasound scan and a thyroid function test and determine, this is what is happening to you, and this is the best solution to it. So all these people that are patronizing me, by the time they will take one container, they will say, this one container will not solve it. Now you need to buy, and it's not cheap. Before you know it, someone has bought 20,000, another one 20,000. They will borrow money, but when you tell them bring money and support your surgery, they will tell you I don't have money. I've exhausted all my money. They will now come back after exhausting all their money and tell me, how do we do this surgery? They start telling me stories of how they were extorted and at the end of the day, they were not able to achieve something. So all these things are very, in fact, if we start talking about it, we will not leave this stage.
I know. I know. Well, thank you so very much. Like I said, we're going to be wrapping up right now, but I just want you to just leave an encouraging word to people, especially people who are going through this kind of invisible illness. Just give them words. Put the word out there. And also, I want you to just leave your information with us. How people can contact you. Maybe your Facebook and all your social media and Facebook, Instagram. Just leave it with us, and so that people can contact you in case they just want to, they want someone to talk to, they want to contact you, just if you can just do that.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you so much. I want to, in fact, like I said initially, my passion lies where women. As a woman that has passed through this, I know how it impacted my family. I know how it impacted my marriage, my relationships with people. And being that most of these invisible diseases are gender specific, I want to, first of all, advise every woman. Let me tell you, life is what more than what we wear. Is what more than what we rub on our face. Because there are days you can't even see the hand to rub all these things. I find out that there's something common when you see a product of maybe a product that will give you, somebody is selling smoothies, it will do this. Nobody will go there. But the moment you see someone say, because I use this organic product and it clears my skin, you see many people asking, how much? Where can I get it? How will I get it? People don't, women, they pay more attention to what they wear and what they rub on their skin, not what they eat. And forgetting the fact that your body is a reflection of what you have, how healthy you are inside. So I advise every woman, periodically, even if it's every 6 months, the organization, the diagnostic center we partner with, there is something they are doing for the public. You can, about how many, 61 lifestyle diseases, they brought it down to 30,000. You can, once in a while, including pap smear and other female reproductive investigations, then just for you to check all your body, it doesn't cost, it just bring that time. Always make sure that you check your body. Go for your diabetes check. Give yourself. If it's one of my friends, the birthday gift she gives herself is to go and check her body inside. Every year she does it on her birthday. That's what she gives herself. So I want to tell everyone and encourage every woman, every man, every child, everybody that is going through one invisible disease or even visible, to keep hope alive. Number one, remember that it's only God and it can only be God. Don't leave God alone in whatever you're doing, any sickness you're passing through. It's not by all these things I'm saying, it's not by, it's when God says, yes, it's His grace that carries us. I want to encourage you, always keep hope alive. Yes. Don't allow it to weigh you down. And also speak out when you're supposed to speak out. Don't hide any sickness because it cannot hide you. Instead of hiding you, you will die with it. So always speak out. And all the families, to all husbands, to all wives, to everybody, to all employers, be kind. Yes. Love and understand. Be kind. Even if you know that that person is battling something, don't use it against the person. Or even, compound the person's problem. I want to encourage everybody that is passing through one difficulty or the other. Tell you that it is not a death sentence. Don't look at how people are seeing you. Just when you look at yourself in the mirror, tell yourself, I can make it. I can make it. Don't allow anybody to validate you before you know that you can make it. That is why I say, if you work with God, you are working with majority. So that I want to tell everybody, and I want to thank and appreciate everyone. Appreciate you. Appreciate every one of you, Seek Creative Media, and my sister Buki. Thank you so much for using your platform to give us visibility, to even educate the public. I so much appreciate it. I don't shrink when someone calls me up to come and talk about what I love to talk about. So thank you so much. And I also thank our leader, Caroline Makaka. Yes. Who has also brought up this platform for us to meet. Yes. And everyone that is listening to me, don't just listen, go and put it in practice, put it in action. Yes. And our society, we are all here to make a difference. Yes. We're all here to make a change, to leave this world better than we got it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much. And you haven't mentioned how people can contact you. If you can just do your Facebook page, Instagram page, so. Okay, you can go to I have a personal Facebook page, IRUOMA Chinedum for today. Then we have a page for our organization, Thyroid Awareness and Support Initiative. And also we have an Instagram handle. That is the Thyroid _Awareness Nigeria. thyroid_awareness Nigeria. And we have a Twitter page, also Twitter handle at Fight Thyroidism, at Fight Thyroidism. You can also jam me on with my name also on LinkedIn, leader of the channel. I will always respond. And you will always, and our website to www.thirstynigeria.com. You can also send us email on thirstynigeria@gmail.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. All your what is it called, social media handles, I'm going to put it on the write up when I post the video. So once again, IRUOMA, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show, and I really bless God for your life, and I bless God for all you're doing in your organization, you know, putting the word out there and helping people, you understand? And I just wanted to say, I want to say that keep doing the best that you can do, and more power to you. And I pray for more wisdom in all your endeavors. Thank you so much, okay? All righty. And thank you to all our participants. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you all. All right? Take care now.
God bless you.
Bye.
I'm so happy.
I'm happy too. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you
All
so
righty.
much.
Take care. Bye.